Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is week 29. We are recording on a Monday because we have Mamba games to go to this week, and apparently we're all feeling the Mamba blues, the Monday blues. The Mamba are also feeling the blues. They had a rough game this past week against Winnipeg Sea Bears. So we're going to start there. So the Mamba lose 96 to 83 to Winnipeg Sea Bears.
Yeah.
And you might be thinking, okay, 13-point loss. Winnipeg Sea Bears are like top two in the league along with Scarborough. You're like, okay, can't be that disappointed. You can be when the Mamba were tied with them multiple times throughout the second half of the game.
Yeah.
And we're even tied with them at 80 apiece before the Sea Bears scored another 7 points to make it 87 to 80. And then we went into target time. And now you're thinking, oh, 87 to 80. The Sea Bears got to 96, plus 9. They did pretty good. And the Mamba were at 80 before target time, and they ended with 83.
Yep.
And you might be thinking, that's one basket's worth of points. And you would be correct. Miggy and I both witnessed the Mamba decide that scoring was not the option during target time. The Sea Bears not only just completely beat them out 9-3 in target time, but it took until right before Winnipeg scored their winning basket before the Mamba even scored their three-pointer in target time. It was 94 to 80, and then the Mamba scored a three. And then the Sea Bears won at the next possession. So, tough game for the Mamba. Jamal Fuller did have 20 points and 6 rebounds. Jameer Chaplin had 19 points. And Teddy Allen was the one who hit the game-winning two-pointer, and that is a name that is a guy and a name I'm going to talk a little bit more about later. Now, Mamba's second game of the week, July 19th, was a convincing 116-99 win against the Calgary Surge. This was a must-win game. The Calgary Surge are not only at the bottom of the standings and of the conference, and are the one team that the Mamba need to make sure that they have a better record than. Taven Dunn-Martin, 34 points and 7 assists. Jameer Chaplin, 22 points, 6 assists, and Jaden Bediako had a solid game at 17 points. The Mamba set the target score at 114 when it was 105 to 92. And then Tavian Dunn-Martin hit the game-winning three-pointer to maximize the score once again. He's been doing that a lot recently in some of these Mamba wins where we get to 1 point to victory and then specifically Dunn-Martin goes, you know what would be really funny?
3
points. Let's just maximize this score. The Mamba currently sit third place in the Western Conference with a record of 8-10.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I think me and you talked about this. The playoffs is the top 4 team of every conference.
Yes.
Or division.
Yes, of each conference. There are 10 teams in the CBL. 8 teams make it through to the postseason.
It's a good percentage.
It's a good percentage. The Mamba quite literally only have to beat out the Calgary Surge here at this last stretch of the season.
If they have one more win, we're basically in.
Yeah, because like I said, the Mamba are 8-10. I think the Surge are 4-14 going into this week. The Mamba have a busy week ahead of them. Usually there's only 2 games in a week. The Mamba actually have 3 games this coming week.
Busy.
It is a busy week. July 21st, which is going to be tomorrow, against the Edmonton Stingers, which we will be going to watch. The Stingers come into this week with a record of 8-11 and are 4th in the Western Conference. So they sit just behind us. Then July 23rd, we play the Brampton Honey Badgers. Now, they come into this week at 9-10. They will also be playing here in Saskatoon, and that is also a game we're going to watch. Now, the Honey Badgers are off in the Eastern Conference, so not as much of a must-win, but still, it's an important game. You've got a team sitting at 8-10 going against a team sitting at 9-10. So these will be competitive games. And then the Mamba are going to finish their week July 25th in Vancouver against the Bandits, who currently sit second in the West behind Winnipeg at a record of 12-7.
Yep.
So the Mamba are sitting at third and will play the 4th place team and the 2nd place team. So they're playing the teams that are sandwiching them in the standings right now this week.
Hey, if we come out with 3 wins, and I know you hate being hypothetical at times, but like
I mean,
that's
have you seen my CFL prediction?
yeah. That's 11-10.
Yeah,
That's above 500, which usually in this league, like you said, there's 10 teams, 8 make the playoffs. If you're above
but
500, you kind of make it.
pretty set. You're
Yeah.
pretty set. Honestly, I'd be happy coming out of this week 2-1,
Yeah.
and I think it's very possible. The Edmonton Stingers have a very similar record to us, and we have played them a couple times before and have, been competitive with them. The Brampton Honey Badgers also have a similar record, so these are two very winnable
Yeah.
games.
And then Vancouver Bandits, we've beat them once already.
Yes, we beat them the other week.
Yeah.
So it's looking like a promising but busy week.
Yeah.
Now, I do have some player updates because, Miggy, you and I were talking about this guy this past week, Tavian Jones.
Yeah, he's been doing great.
He's been doing great. Here's the thing. I just found out that the team released him July 16th.
Were you able to find any reason to why?
Couldn't find a single thing other than he was released July 16th. So I'm not sure if there was some
locker
room antics or contracts, something weird. I don't know, because he had been playing great. He was putting up 20-30 point games very consistently, and was a guy that was really helping the Mamba kind of stick into some games and even win a few. Now, the other name that I did mention I wanted to go back on, Teddy Allen. In the game against Winnipeg this past week, he kind of became public enemy number one with the fans of the Mamba. He had a bit of pushing and shoving and a bit of antics in that game. So it kind of pains me to say this, but this past week he set the CEBL record for the most points in a single game by a player. He scored 54 points yesterday, July 19th, against the Montreal Alliance in a big win for the Sea Bears. Now, as I can see, Miggy is trying to find more on Tavian Jones. Seeing as we are in the playoff push in the CBL, we're going to go through a couple of our player stats. Tavian Martin so far on the year is averaging 16.7 points per game, shooting almost 44% from the field with 3.6 rebounds and 6.4 assists. His last 5 games, he's been down a little bit, only averaging 14.4 points per game and 39% from the field, but his rebounds are up slightly and his assists are up slightly. Tavian Jones, before being released, was averaging 19 points per game on the season with shooting 43% from the field. In the last 5 games before his release, he was averaging 25 points per game and shooting 47% from the field, and even contributing 5 rebounds and nearly 3 assists. Jameer Chaplin's been averaging nearly 14 points per game on the season, and he's bumped that up to 16 in the last 5 games, and shooting a very, very good 52% from the field. Jalen Williams, who's been averaging 14 points per game on the year and shooting right around 50%, has actually bumped up his points per game number to 17.4 points per game in the last 5, and is shooting his 50% while putting up almost 7 rebounds. So we've got some heavy contributors on the team. It's just that the team as a whole seems to struggle at times. They're a very streaky team. They'll put up a few really good defensive stops, but then suddenly for 5 or 6 minutes straight, it looks like they're just pylons out there being run past. The team also seems to be having some offensive woes recently. They've been getting cold really quickly. So I'm hoping that this week and this playoff push here at the end of the regular season, Miggy, is going to spark something in them, something that they can shoot a bit better, be more consistent, or at least fight a bit more than they have been.
Yeah, definitely. And all I could find right now on Tavian Jones is actually more him personally. So from what I could see from a couple of sources, now whether they're reliable or not, I didn't really have the chance to look. Like, we are live on the podcast right now. I'm not gonna.
We're flash researching here.
It was to search for other professional opportunities.
Okay, so it seems like it was a personal decision.
Yeah, so I think it was more of a Jones decision of, look, I want to look somewhere else for a other professional path. Can you release me? Like, I know this kind of sucks for you guys, but
I mean, good luck to him. Good
yeah,
luck to him. I, as much as anybody, is more than aware that the CEBL is not the pinnacle of professional basketball. It is very much more of a stepping stone to some of the sort of European and then the NBA. So power to him. I wish him good luck. Well, although I do wish that he was still on the team giving us 25 a game.
yeah,
That would have been really nice. Now moving on to our other hometown team that's still active right now, the Saskatoon Berries. They had kind of a quiet week, or I guess not quiet, not very busy week, seeing as they had their All Star weekend.
yeah, exactly. So they only had the 4 games of last week after a recording that got played, and then they got a 4-day break due to the All Star.
Yeah, 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, which was in Saskatoon, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but no, gives our guys time to relax, chill. Any lingering injuries could get solved in those days, kind of deal. So I always find the All Star break a nice little point in time where you can see, okay, you're well rested. Can you keep the push? Not that the Berries have been struggling this year by no means.
Yeah, I think the word struggle simply isn't in their vocabulary.
Yeah,
I mean, this past week in the 4 games, they went 3-1.
yeah,
They beat Lethbridge 7-4, then lose to Lethbridge 8-10. So close, high scoring affairs. Then they beat Medicine Hat 7-5, and then 17-5. So I don't know if Medicine Hat just left their first aid kit at home, but Saskatoon really took it to them
yeah.
and came out with some. I
Interest.
can't even say needed wins. I mean, they don't need wins, but just statement wins,
Yeah.
if you want to put it that way.
Well, you don't need wins, but you need wins. Like we're top dog, we want to stay top dog.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to give the other teams that are behind the chance to catch up with us, right?
Exactly. Now, this next week is going to be extremely busy. Uh, the Berries have a game every single day for the next 8 days. July 21st and 22nd, they're at Energy City against the Cactus Rats. July 23rd and 24th, they're in Fort McMurray against the Giants. July 25th and 26th, they're at Sylvan Lake against the Gulls. And then they finally come back home on July 27th to play Medicine Hat again.
Yeah.
So the Berries are going on quite the road trip this week.
Talking about keeping ahead, my dad has this ideology, and I know I'm going into hockey a little bit, but hold on, it can transfer into baseball too. My dad has an ideology that if in 5 games in hockey you can get 6 points, you're making the playoffs. No question that.
Okay.
In baseball, if you get 3 wins every 5 games, you're making the playoffs.
Oh yeah, you're sitting at 60% win rate.
Exactly. So if now we run the numbers, this is a rough. We got 7 games coming up. We win, let's say 4, even just 4 of those games. We're above 500. We're still keeping our spot, and we're still on pace for playoffs. Now, it's kind of a bad example for, like we said, like the term struggling is not in the Berries vocabulary. It's berry not existent.
I'll give you that one. That was good. That was good.
But yeah, no, that's an away stands. That's a road trip and a half for the Berries this week.
But they are the team to beat. I mean, even just taking a quick look at the standings, I mean, we are almost top dog. We are right up there with teams like the Moose Jaw Miller Express, who are sitting at 29-11.
And what are we sitting at right
We
now?
are sitting at 28-12.
Oh, so they got one.
They have
Yeah.
one win. Although our run differential, we're 40 above them.
Yeah.
So the Berries score a lot of runs. And
As you can see with the 17-5 win against Medicine Hat on.
I mean,
17.
in 40 games, the Berries are plus 135 run differential.
Yeah.
They are an exciting team.
Yeah, so that means we average like more than 3 runs a game more than the other team.
So it'll be interesting to see how they come out of this coming week. The Energy City Cactus Rats are having a bit of a rough season. They're 14-22 right now. Fort McMurray, on the other hand, is having an even worse season. They're at 11-31.
And what about the Lake Gulls?
The Sylvan Lake Gulls, they will be the test of the week. Okay. The Sylvan Lake Gulls are second in the West Division at 27-12.
Okay.
While we are second in the East Division at 28-12 currently. So the first 4 games of this road trip should be wins. Should be 4-0, should be 3-1. The back-to-back against the Gulls, that will be the test of the week.
Yep. And then Medicine Hat, as usual, is a 50-50.
Yeah, Medicine Hat's a 50-50. They're 17-24 on the season, but our record against them is just above 50% in the games.
100%. Now, the analogy I made with hockey, might as well just go into hockey.
Honestly, take the segue. It's a free one.
I have no numbers for the PWHL. Everything has died down, sorta. They're just making their last final roster moves. But someone brought this up to me, and then I brought it up to you a little bit before, and I have the map right now. And due to the fact that the PWHL now has 12 teams, they could do conferences. Now, here is the problem with the conferences is that you have 5 teams that are well spread out. And then you have 7 teams that are really close. So whatever style of conference they do is going to have one team really close to the other conference.
Really?
Like, that one team that is close, even if they do east, west, north, south, a diagonal line, whatever the configuration is, there's going to be one team that the travel against the other conference is going to be less than the travel within conference.
Oh, I love that. I love geography.
Let's just look at the teams going from west to east, okay? We got the furthest one is Vancouver.
Yep.
Then we got the furthest one now is San Jose. Then you have Vancouver, Seattle, Las Vegas, and Minnesota. So that fits in the conference of West.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But then you have Detroit, Hamilton, New York, Boston, Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto, which is all in the same,
quarter. That's the same, just, handful.
Yeah, in J, you say quarter, it's like an eighth.
It's just an eighth of a pie.
Yeah. I can show you a picture. It is literally an eighth of both countries.
Yeah, it's just an eighth of a pie.
Even if you do, north and west, you're going to have either the New York or Hamilton is going to be in the south, but they can have a walk to Ottawa. And if you do east or west, Detroit's going to be in the west.
Right next to
Hamilton, Ottawa, Toronto, New York, Boston, and Montreal. So they'd almost have to do what they'd have to do for it to make sense is because they want to keep expanding, right? So what they would have to do is they have to make a conference of 5 teams and a conference of 7 teams, and then next year add 2 West teams.
I propose that for the time being that they have these 12 teams, you just do 3 divisions.
But
you just do 4, 4, and 4.
That still wait, hold on. You might be onto something.
You do
4
west.
In the west.
You do west,
West
north,
Central,
West Central, north,
East,
or West or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that could work. Hear me out. You would have. Oh, okay, it'd still be a little weird, but
because there's Vancouver and Minneapolis.
So in the East, you could do Boston, New York, Montreal, Ottawa.
Yeah.
And then in the Central, which they're close to each other, it would work. would be Detroit, Hamilton, Toronto, and Minnesota. And then in the West, you'd have Vancouver, Seattle, San Jose, Las Vegas. So that way it could work. But come playoff time, that'd be a little weird.
Well,
Because then you'd have to do top two, and then the two who have the better record, or you do top two, and the two on top that have a better record have a bye.
right, because we don't already do that for other competitions of sports.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that's weird in terms of
Or you could
North American hockey and how we know it. But realistically, you absolutely could do that.
You know what we could do?
Just do top two and then have 2 wildcard spots.
Yeah, you know what
right?
we could do is we can post on Instagram the 3 different options
Oh,
we
jeez.
just said, and then like let people decide which one would be better. But either or, even with your idea of 3 and 4, you have Ottawa that's in the other division, but then Toronto and Hamilton's in the Central, and they can literally just like dap each other up and be like, I don't have to worry about you for playoffs.
Yeah, we're not playing against each other for a while.
Yeah.
we can just scrim.
I mean, that kind of reminds me of a post I found, or not found, but a post I saw earlier today. That it was from sort of a baseball mom.
Yeah.
It was like, yes, driving 4 hours, spending $200 on gas and $150 on hotels just to play against a team that lives 10 minutes from you.
Fun times.
Yeah. So this gives the same kind of energy of we're 5 minutes from you, but we're gonna play the guy that's 2 hours away from us.
Yeah.
So have fun.
Yeah. So that's all I have for PWHL.
More reason to expand faster.
Yeah. And like I said, like we've had these talks, and I think me and you will agree. The way the PWHL is expanding is amazing.
Oh, they'll be at 20 teams in no time.
Yes, and I have no issues with it because there's so much talent right now for the female hockey society as a whole.
Yeah.
Now, me and you are looking at it because now the NHL is thinking of expanding. The NFL is thinking of expanding. Now you have teams like that's a league that has 32 teams each.
The NHL is expanding. The NFL is looking to expand. The NBA is looking to expand.
The only thing I'll give the NFL is they're willing to expand to London, England.
See, I respect the willingness to do that, but that's quite that's quite the move.
Yeah, but the only reason why is because they know they have a fan base. Because apparently in London there is a massive Jacksonville Jaguar fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And in Australia, Phillies are really popular.
So then instead of making teams out there, you expand to more teams within North America because that's your basis, but you have more sort of like international games.
Yeah.
Right?
Which I think they have like 11 planned this year.
Right.
Yeah.
But like expand on that.
Yeah.
Right. Because like
Totally.
there are fan bases out there, but those are fan bases for teams that are already established.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you could be like, oh well, here's your own team, but that's so risky.
Yeah.
Because then there's diehard fans that don't want to move away, but now you're a diehard fan not voting for your cities.
Yeah, right.
You know? So we'll have to see. Honestly, I'd like to. I think they should wait to add maybe 2 more Western teams before doing conferences.
Yeah.
And then it'd be interesting at the same time because then top 4 of each conference can go on. Well, now you have 7. It's closer to you need to be above the 500 mark. Other than the CBL where you're at the 400 mark and you're like, I could maybe squeak in.
Yeah.
Now, the NHL, on retrospect, there is a little bit on that too. Signings. That's it. I have no trades. I have no propaganda. I got no little rumors. I got none. Except for people getting signed.
We are hearing crickets.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we were hearing tornado sirens for weeks during these off seasons. So I'm happy with the crickets.
Yeah. After getting traded from Toronto to Pittsburgh, Nicholas Robinson, which is Jason Robinson's brother from Dallas, signs a 2-year, $6.5 million deal with Pittsburgh. Now, as you both know, Pittsburgh is ending a massive era with Letang close to retirement, Crosby close to retirement, Malkin close to retirement.
The old guard will be gone soon.
Exactly. Now, Cole Perfetti We've heard his name multiple times. He played an awesome season last year. Signed a 5-year, $30 million contract with the Jets. So that's an average of on the dot $6 million. Anthony Mantha was a free agent until Devils offered him a 2-year, $9.5 million contract. He's going to be an interesting fit for the Devils. He has an interesting play style. He likes to use his body, but only sometimes.
I know what you mean, but I hate that you put it that way.
Yeah, like he'll use his body, but like sometimes, like even like the guy who goes to body check him think he'll body check back, and he'll just stop, and all you'll see is, and he'll go with the puck, and you're like, but they pay you to use the body.
They pay you to do something, and you didn't do anything.
Yeah, Kirby Dack, we've heard. You've heard me swear at him at the TV a couple times, sometimes, and other times yell at him in excitement. He is a very back and forth player, in my opinion. My brother doesn't like him, but whatever. He signed a 1-year, $3.6 million contract with the Habs. I view this as a look. Either you prove us you can keep up with us, or next year we probably won't re-sign. This is your last chance. He is very injury prone. He does get hot, but he does get really cold.
Yeah.
Connor McMichael, after getting traded from with the trade that sent Jordan Kyrou to the Capitals and him to the Blues, signed a 6-year, $40.5 million contract. So he got the bag, in other terms.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly feel like he got fleeced with the skills that he has. He will be a very good player, so this is a very good contract for the Blues. Connor Bedard signed 5 years for $75 million, a $15 million average.
May his soul rest peacefully in the shadow of doom that is the Chicago Blackhawks roster right now.
I have a slight problem with these players taking these contracts, and I'm leaving. Who was it? Carlson out of it because he did not negotiate his contract. The Ducks got a hostile offer from the Phillies, and the only way he was getting the $18 million, whether he wanted it or not.
Oh yeah.
So I'm keeping him out of it because he did not negotiate his contract. You cannot win championships if you take all the money, in a sense.
Yes, but at the same time,
I understand.
Right? It's a business.
But look at the Wild right now. Quinn Hughes is up for extension. Kaprizov is making $17 million a year. Quinn Hughes is probably going to make 12 to 13 if he wants money. If he wants championship, he might take a pay cut.
Yeah.
But then if Quinn Hughes signs for 13, and then Kaprizov is on 17, that's 30 million of the 114 million cap space.
Yep.
On 2 guys. So I love me some Crosbys and some McDavids that take pay cuts to try to give more for the team.
I think the NHL has run into a problem where their salary cap does not fall in line with the maximum salaries for the players.
Yeah.
Like I agree with you. I think compared to what the salary cap is and what teams are able to pay for their team, there are too many players on an NHL team for you to be able to be paying one player that much.
Yeah.
Now, the extra issue in that is now the NHL's kind of they've kind of pigeonholed themselves.
Yeah.
Because if they were to turn around and say, okay, well, you as players have to all take pay cuts and be getting paid less, well, now you're going to have a lockout.
Yeah.
Right? Which means they have to go in the other direction of increasing the salary cap. But that is a conversation you have to have with all the team owners and the businesses. And the moment you raise the salary cap is the moment the players go, oh, well, we can get paid more now.
Yeah.
So the NHL is kind of in a spot of you pay a lot for 2 to 3 guys, and you hope you find diamonds in the rough that you get for cheap.
Philly did sign 2 young players that used to be ducks.
Oh yeah.
So you see a trend here of Philly collecting ducks, like it's
Mhm.
Infinity Stones.
Yep.
Jamie Drysdale as a defenseman signed 4-year, 26 mil. So that would sum up to about 6.5 a
Mhm.
year. And then Trevor Zegras signed 4 years, 36 mil, which would be not around, exactly at 9 mil a year. So Philly again signs young core to try to build up from the success they had last year, and we'll see how that goes. Now, in the world of hand egg, as Jay likes to say,
You know, I'll give it. I'll give it to him today. I'll give it to him today. American football.
as usual, nothing much has happened recently. Preseason starts on the 6th of August, so that's coming up pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean not this week, but the following week.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go back to CFL. Whoop, whoop.
Where we actually have games. So we're
All
actually in the
right.
season.
CFL. The Rough Riders had a break.
And that's all, folks.
Yep. No, we actually cover the rest too. We just like our Riders. So BC and Edmonton had a rematch. Edmonton won this one.
Yeah.
BC did score the first point, and then it was Edmonton all the way. Although BC did try to put up a comeback in the fourth, but fell short after scoring 10. Edmonton did score 0 in the fourth, so they did give it a nice push, but you can't win scoring 7 in the first and 10 in the fourth.
Oh goodness, no.
So what am I at? 7-1,
5-1.
5-1.
Yeah, you're gonna be 7-1.
Fuck's sake, man.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go 7-1. My predictions are ruined. Finish the year 7-11. Me and Chris are gonna be like, we don't know ball.
It's okay. My prediction is already ruined for the Lions. I think they've lost too many games for even if they were to win the rest of the season.
I think
It's
so.
like my prediction's done.
BC QB got picked off 4 times during the game.
I love that for him.
As well as the Lions receiver Hatcher had 81 yards on 4 receptions, so a little better news.
Yep.
And then the run play on both teams was basically non-existent. And when I mean non-existent, I was like, no one got above 50 yards.
Damn.
Combined.
Purely airmail this game.
Edmonton Cephas had 97 yards on 5 reception. And those 4 interceptions I was talking about that the BC QB got, it was 4 different Edmonton players.
Oh.
So it was an all defense effort.
Yeah.
But at the end, Edmonton was able to protect their lead. They made it a little tight at the end, but they showed BC that.
I mean, the fact that BC only lost by 2 while getting picked off 4 times is... I mean, it's not good.
And total yards for both teams were under 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Slumberfest.
Now, we go to Montreal versus Calgary, the 2 Philpott brothers.
Yeah.
Montreal won 38-32, which means Chris was right.
I told you.
Yeah. You were wrong about BC. Anyways, Montreal Thieves had 123 yards on 19 carries. And then Philpott had 88 yards on 5 receptions. But Sneed was the one that helped Montreal the most with 113 yards on 7 receptions. Calgary Mills went 130 yards on 15 attempts. I kind of wish we're on video because Chris was scratching his head and then I mentioned that stat and just stopped.
Yeah, that's... Okay. Okay. I mean, you're averaging nearly a first down on every carry.
Yeah.
And you're being given 15 carries.
Yeah.
It's a lot of running.
Now, Jay Philpott on the Calgary side had 96 yards on 6 receptions. So the brothers kind of did the same game. It's just one had one more reception, so he had a little bit more yards.
Mm-hmm.
And then Montreal had total of 402 passing yards to Calgary's 271.
Okay.
So it was a Hail Mary from Montreal, and Calgary kind of had more of the run game.
Yeah.
Now, the game that both me and Chris were like, this is going to be a 50-50. Hamilton, Toronto, 24-23 Hamilton. I don't think we could have been any more right.
Just give them a point each.
Dude, this is what I had written in notes. This game was a 50-50, and boy, were we right. It's 24-23.
A 1-point game is pretty hard to find in a football game. But we found it.
Yeah, we did. Toronto, come on, went 104 yards on 6 receptions.
Okay.
As well as Toronto Bolden had 10 tackles. He was the defense. Hamilton QB Ford went 21 for 27 completion rate, as well as had 10 carries for 109 yards as a quarterback.
Okay.
As well as Hamilton's receiving core was kind of used balancedly. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to use it.
Balanced usage.
Yeah. No one really had over 50 yards.
Okay, so like
it was really balanced. They used everybody they could, and
everybody
they squeezed out the win.
Everybody got like 2 or 3 attempts and went, okay, you've had your turn.
Yeah, so Hamilton was able to squeeze out the win. Not really good for Toronto. They're kind of in a weird spot right now. Hamilton needed this win because they were sinking, so we'll see how that goes. Now, the Bombers and the Red Blacks. Me and Chris went out to eat food yesterday. And I told him if he's right about this one, I'm going to be mad.
It didn't help that we were watching the game while out for food.
Yeah.
We had it up on the screen.
Now, this game was done in overtime. And that's after 5 field goals were done in overtime. We turn around and be like, oh, 3 more points. And it's tied. Oh, 3 more points. And it's tied. Oh, 3 more. Just finish it. Winnipeg Dembski went 90 yards on 5 receptions. Meanwhile, the Bombers receiver White went 97 for 7 receptions. 3 defensive players on Winnipeg had 8 tackles.
Jeez.
Ottawa, and this is Chris's favorite name, Ottawa's Pimpleton had 101 yards, 101 yards on 5 receptions. Ottawa Eberhard had 92 yards on 5 receptions, as well as Ottawa S. Brown had 4 pass deflections. Wow. Which
all
is
over the place.
Oh yeah. And their quarterback went 30 for 40, which is a perfect 75%.
Solid. Yeah, solid.
1 touchdown, but did have 1 interception. But honestly, as a QB, if you can keep your touchdown interception ratio at 1, it's a good day.
It's better than 4 interceptions.
And 1 touchdown.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next week, Rough Riders are back on, baby. We'll be facing the Elks.
Look, man.
You need the loss?
I need the loss.
Yeah, you're both of you guys are cheering for the same team to win.
The Stampeders will be facing the Bombers, so our neighbors will be battling each other out, as well as the Argonauts will be facing the Lions. So that is a 50-50 game, in my opinion.
Yeah, as bad as the Lions have been playing this year.
And the Stampeders have shown that when they get beat, they come back to beat. So I'm kind of scared for the Bombers to get bombed.
I mean, the Bombers nearly lost to the Red Blacks. They nearly gave the Red Blacks their first win of the year.
Yeah, and then the Tiger Cats go to Montreal to face the Birds. And the Red Blacks have a bye. So the Red Blacks, after losing a tough game, will have a week to kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out what went wrong. Because they had a 14-point lead with 7 minutes left in the game in the 4th.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's good that they have a bye. They've got a lot going wrong.
They can sit down, reassess.
Might need the time to recover, recuperate, and hopefully schedule a win.
Now, talking about scheduling, the NBA is still waiting on LeBron's decision for the schedule.
The NBA is waiting on LeBron to decide where he's going to sign. The NBA is the Raptors are waiting on the NBA to finish their investigation into Kawhi. The NBA has now decided that they're going to open an investigation into Gary Trent Jr. I mean, it's just all sorts of tomfoolery in the NBA at the moment. There's so much weird stuff going on. I have exactly 4 transactions from this week. 2 signings and 2 trades.
Okay.
If Matisse Thybulle, who is signing with the Lakers on a 1-year, $3.3 million deal.
Damn.
The last team he was on was the Portland Trailblazers, where he played the last 4 seasons.
So this is like an upgrade for him.
This is sort of. I mean, the Trailblazers did make it to the postseason last year, but this Lakers team is, like I said the last couple weeks, they are just finding players to fill up roster spots. They are going to be a very I recognize every player's name, but none of them are that great kind of team, other than Luka. And then Musa Cisse, however you want to pronounce Cisse, is signing with Dallas on a 2-year, $4.7 million deal. Now he is coming off of a rookie season with the Mavericks, where he played only about 40 games. So him getting a new contract right after a rookie season is pretty solid for the kid. Now for the trades, we have a trade between the Phoenix Suns and the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
The Phoenix Suns are getting Miles Bridges and draft consideration, while the Hornets are getting Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and draft considerations.
Didn't Miles Bridges just get traded to the Charlottes?
Nope, Miles Bridges has been with the Hornets for the last 5 or 6 years.
I'm pretty sure I heard a Bridge getting. Okay.
Maybe I might have reported this trade last week, and that it only like properly came through.
Okay.
The other day. Now, a trade that I know only just happened because I still have the Instagram post saved, and it is at the top of my saved list, is the trade that sees Lou Dort not be a Thunder player anymore. So we have a 3-team trade between the Thunder, the Mavericks, and the Hawks.
Yep.
The Thunder are moving Lou Dort to Atlanta. So the Atlanta Hawks are getting Lou Dort and are getting Ryan Nembhard from the Mavericks. 2 Canadian players, funny enough. The Mavericks are getting Zachary Risache from Atlanta, who has been an underwhelming kind of prospect. He was the first overall pick, I think, 2 years ago, and really hasn't shown much in terms of improvement or potential or really anything.
So, like, he's basically a bust.
Yeah. He
or on his way to
he is on his way to being he is 1 or 2 more years from being officially a bust. Like, whenever his rookie scale contract is over, if he doesn't show something, he's a bust. But the Mavericks are also getting some draft compensation and consideration from Atlanta for taking Risache. The Thunder are getting draft picks from both Atlanta and Dallas, and I think it's basically a bunch of second-round draft picks.
Okay.
Now, you might be saying, well, Lou Dort was their starting shooting guard for the last how many years, and they're only getting, some second-round draft picks out of it. The OKC Thunder have one of the most non-flexible salary lists right now. Between Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren, those 3 alone are worth more than a good handful of teams in the NBA right now.
Okay.
Based on their contract. So the Thunder being able to offload a sort of medium-sized contract and get some half-decent draft capital in return at least sets them up for some sort of future going forward. It at least keeps them in that position of they're going to threat a championship for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
That is all I have in terms of transactions for the NBA. The FIBA Basketball World Cup America's qualifiers are on pause right now before they head into the second round later this month. And other than that, sort of the summer league that the Raptors were taking part in has ended. Some standouts from the Raptors sort of summer league roster: Allen Graves, their draft pick. People are saying that he might already be the steal of the draft.
Oh yeah, that good.
That good.
Have you seen like highlights of him?
Yes, he does everything. He is a 6'9" Swiss Army knife of a player.
Damn. And I thought me being a 5'9" Swiss Army knife was good.
He passes, he shoots, he defends, he rebounds. He's great. Now, on top of that, some extra good news for the Raptors. They have found some really solid potential players on that summer league roster outside of Graves. I think he's like a 7-foot one center by the name of Biddle.
Biddle.
Yeah, Biddle. Not little, Biddle has shown a lot of promise as not just like a 7-foot something center, who can defend and rebound and whatnot, but he can shoot the three and he has incredible passing vision for a big guy. Lundy. I do not remember his first name off the top of my head, but is like absolute sharpshooter. This kid was lights out during the summer league, and then the last player of kind of this group of 4 players of really promising prospects. I also don't remember this guy's first name. Really bad at first names because in sports we go on a last name basis. Yeah. His name's Sharp. He's 7'5".
Dude, that's
and he's got springs in his legs. Like he is 7'5", long arms, and this boy can jump. And
that's illegal.
He has shown the defensive instincts and sort of like big man like rim running instincts to just be like, okay, with your 7'5" height and probably 8-foot wingspan, if you can be run, block, and dunk guy,
you're set.
You're set. It's all we need from you.
Yeah, damn.
So the Raptors are coming out of this summer league with 2 potential big men, their potential steal of the draft, and a guy who could be a good sharpshooter in this league. So I'm excited.
But what about Kawhi?
So there has been no real progress into the investigation.
But why?
It's because apparently the NBA has just decided to screw the Raptors over and say, hey, if we find anything and you have this trade go through now, you suffer the consequences. And the Raptors are like, well, screw that. We don't want to suffer the consequences. Finish your investigation before we make this trade happen. And the NBA is like, okay, we'll do the investigation. Hey, NBA, you found anything? No. You gonna find anything? Oh, yeah, probably, bud. Can you find it faster? Absolutely not.
So this is kind of putting basically a horse stomp on our off season.
Because of this, the Raptors weren't able to actually make any offers for any of the other superstars.
Yeah.
Right? They can't make an offer to LeBron right now because they're kind of they're stuck in this trade, but the trade is stuck in purgatory.
Yeah, they're stuck in a legally binding contract because they've said they're gonna do it.
Yeah, so they can't do anything else until this investigation has been dealt with.
Can't they just be like, we don't want to do this trade anymore?
Well, if they do that, then they're screwed if they don't get anything in return for Kawhi.
Here's the thing. If they just straight up say they don't want to do it anymore, you have to have really fun and really hard conversations with Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick, and trying to make another package for a player like Kawhi is so difficult, right? Like you're kind of in the spot of, well, all the other superstars have already been traded and dealt with and whatnot. So you're kind of like,
the only person that's probably left is LeBron.
Is LeBron, right? Like they're kind of stuck with this thing of like, okay, our key is in the lock and it's half turned.
Go get Zion,
yeah, and it's half turned. If we take this key out, the house is disappearing. But if we unlock it now,
They're gonna take the house.
yeah, the government's gonna take the house anyways.
Now,
So they kind of have to like they kind of just they literally just kind of have to hold on until the NBA like has finished their investigation.
I just brought up Zion, and I haven't heard his name in a while.
No, so oh man, Zion. Here's the thing: he's a good player. He is good enough that you can see why he went first overall. The issue is that he's on the New Orleans Pelicans.
That's why he's not getting as much media as the others.
Yeah, he's not getting as much media. That team is garbage, for lack of a better word, outside of him and Trey Murphy. And for some reason, he hasn't demanded a trade yet.
Maybe he just really wants to live in the bayou in New Orleans.
I mean, it's a good place to live. It's a small, like, NBA market, but it's a good place to live. And quite frankly, for most of these players, they're making enough money that they don't really need to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I'd be making enough money if I was making $400K a year. Making millions is like...
Right? I mean, and here's the thing, especially in the NBA, like some of these smaller scale guys were making like $2 million on a year. So small compared to, you know, what some of the other guys, but you're just like,
That's still $2 million a year.
yeah, that's still $2 million a year. What do you mean?
You're buying 4 houses a year.
Yeah, that's $2 million a year. Any regular person retires off that immediately,
Yeah.
right? Like you keep $100,000 to yourself and you invest the rest and you never think about it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Oh my goodness, that I'm actually going to use that as a segue into another kind of smaller conversation. Kyle Kuzma, who is a player that a number of people probably have heard his name, but he recently made a post about how he can't stand NBA players who say they don't make enough money. And he put basically NBA players as a whole on blast and was like, you don't need to be buying like all these new houses. You don't need to be buying all these new cars. And I'm just like, you know what, Kyle Kuzma? I thought you were like maybe kind of a delinquent, but like
You're right.
You all right. You might be one of the few that, you know,
Actually sensible in the head.
Yeah, like five years after your last NBA game will still have money. Because like especially in the 90s, like how many of these top guys who played for 15 years retired and then were
broke,
filing for bankruptcy.
Not Shaq.
Yeah, not Shaq. But like filing for bankruptcy within 10 years.
Not MJ.
Not MJ, not Shaq. But you're just like, guys, these are millions.
Pippen.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for the NBA right now. There's still a little bit of Summer League left to play, I think, because it was just the Los Angeles Summer League, and there's like 2 others that are gonna happen. The Jays had a short week, mostly because of the All-Star break, and the rest that Vladdy was talking about, I don't think it really helped. July 17th, we lose 12-4 against the White Sox. Our standout players are Ernie Clement, who went 2 for 4 and ran in once, and George Springer, who went 1 for 4 and had 2 RBIs. Those are our standouts. The Jays had 9 left on base and were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The White Sox had 12 hits that game. July 18th, we win 1-0 against the White Sox. Now, 1-0 isn't great offensively, but Vladdy did go 2 for 3 with a double and a walk. Now, the star of the game, Shane Bieber. His first quality start since coming back.
Ooh.
He pitches 6 innings, allows only 3 hits, no earned runs, and 6 strikeouts.
Yep.
So, 1-0 win is still a win, especially against a team like the White Sox, who are on the up and up.
Yep,
so sure. You take it. July 19th, so yesterday. 3-0 loss against the White Sox. So, not terrible, but
not good.
Painful. Trey Savage was the starting pitcher for us this game, and other than the 3 earned runs, a solid game from him.
Yeah.
6 innings pitched, only allowed 5 hits, and had 9 strikeouts. The 3 earned runs sucks, but when your team scores 0, you could have 1 earned run, and you'd still get the loss.
Yeah.
So, It's funny. I was actually talking to a coworker of mine today about you. No, it was yesterday about you, Savage, and how he's kind of been underwhelming this year. And I have to kind of have to sit with that and think about it and go, no, we were just really spoiled with how well he performed in the postseason last year.
Oh, 100%. And like he's still performing really well.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like he's still performing well.
Just last year we had batters to help out.
Yeah, like he's still performing really well. It's just that now we have enough of a sample size to see those kind of rookie mistakes and the little hiccups in the road
Which
and all
people
that.
need to understand. He's still considered a rookie this year.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm glad that he's finally getting some games and some mileage under his belt properly now.
Yeah.
And I do think that he's going to be great.
Now, again, we're talking this is rookie year. He might be absolutely deadly next year.
Exactly. Now, the upcoming games, it's going to be a busy, busy week. It is essentially
nonstop
10 straight days of games. It is a 4-game series against the Rays, July 20th through 23rd.
Couldn't be against any other team.
But it's okay. It's at home. I would like to say that's a good thing, but Vladdy hasn't hit a home run at home since last season.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing. Then we go on the road against the Red Sox, 24th through 26th, and then against the Nationals, 27th through 29th. But with that, we go on to Miggy's favorite segment of the MLB segment, the good old injury list. Now, unfortunately, it's a little more extensive this week than it was last week.
Just hit me with it.
All right, Max Scherzer. So back spasms. He had a rehab start, he will have a rehab start July 22nd, potentially an early to mid-August return.
Oh, yeah.
So last time they were like, hey, he might return after the All-Star break. It's going to be a few more weeks. We have an update on Jesus Sanchez. He has started running bases and could have rehab games by the end of this week.
Okay.
And could be back late this month.
Good, because we need his power.
Here's the sad one. Addison Barger. He still hasn't begun any baseball activities, and it's looking like he might be out until September.
That's going to be too late.
Yeah, exactly. Yimi Garcia, he has started throwing bullpen. He is still in his surgery recovery for his right elbow.
Yeah.
He could have some rehab games coming up soon and might be returning mid-August.
Okay.
Now, there's a small list of players that we haven't gotten any updates on in quite a while. Lenin Sosa. We haven't gotten an update from him in about 3 weeks.
He was doing so well when he was actually playing.
Actually, no, 3 weeks. We haven't gotten an update on him since I think June 22nd. It's been nearly a month.
Yeah.
So not sure what's going on there. Ricky Tiedemann, the prospect, we haven't heard about him since the 22nd of June either. And Joe Mantiply, we haven't heard anything since I think June 18th.
He's probably multiplying.
Probably. And, just multiplying problems.
Yeah.
But the Blue Jays really, really need to pick it up here at the end of the regular season. Because at the midway point here before the All-Star break, they were 7 games below 500.
Now they're 8.
Now they'll be 8, so bit of foreshadowing, the Jays did lose tonight. But when they were 7 games, yeah, when Miggy, go sit in the corner, stop dropping information. When they were the 7 games below 500 heading into the break, they finished the last 21 games 7-14. So those 7 games back, they dropped those within the last 21 games before the break. So they were at 500, and then they decided, nope, we're just going to lose.
Look, I'm usually the optimistic one here. But that playoff run is looking a little far right now.
Well, here's the thing, right? We are still missing Anthony Santander.
Yeah.
After signing that big contract, we have barely gotten 50 games out of him.
Yeah.
In a year and about a half now. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., right after signing for 10 years, 500 mil or whatever it is looking like a below average player. He has, I think, 6 homers and 26 RBIs and is batting .260 with an OPS of 700.
Yeah.
He is looking
rough.
Yes, rough. Our standout players are Ernie Clement, who is a doubles merchant, which I love him for it. He's great on defense, but right, like he's not your batter 1 or batter 2.
Yeah.
Our batter 1 right now is a rookie by the name of Okamoto.
Yeah.
Our pitching staff is really good at the top. Gossman's been playing well. Cease has been playing well. Savage having the rookie hiccups, but he's still playing fine. Bieber, rough coming back.
Yeah, but he's on the up.
He's on the way back, right? But our sort of like all of our proper starters, pretty good.
And then they have to call Little back up.
Yeah, that's another thing. Little got called back up from the minors this week. But, you look at our closer, Varland, still playing great.
Rogers is playing great.
Rogers playing great. It's just when you get into sort of the middle of our bullpen.
Yeah.
Like we have very little high quality connection between our starters and our closers.
The games where we have Savage, Rogers, and then Varland, it's like shut down.
Exactly.
But then you'll have games where it's like Corbin and then Little and then Hoffman, and you're like,
yeah,
oh,
right. So the Jays are one of those teams where they have like a third of their team is really good. It's just the other 2/3 are just non-existent. And you can't win games when you're playing with a third of a team. Now, as much as I would like to get extra heated about the Jays, that isn't going to help them win games.
No.
So I think that's all I've got on the Blue Jays for this week.
We still support our Jays. It's just a little rough right now.
Yeah.
Now, with the FIFA closing on, and that's on our international episode, but the North American soccer is picking back up. With the MLS taking 2 days between the semifinals and the finals to decide, hey, let's play some games.
Oh, look, the viewership's been freed up again.
Yeah. So Montreal versus Toronto, tied at zip. Like, you just had this big break, come back, good match. Nothing.
You finally have a chance to play games, and you want to tell me that you just decided not to score?
Well, not decided not to score.
The
Couldn't score.
The goalies were pretty on it. Now, St. Louis played against Scouting KC. St. Louis wins 3-2. Now, Chris, I'm usually the tight scoring guy. Portland beat Seattle 5-1.
Okay, but see, like,
They scored 3 goals in 7 minutes.
okay, I can't defend that anymore. I was about to say, 5 goals from a team in a soccer game is at least still, like, it happens.
It happens every once in a while.
Portland opened up the scoring in 19 minutes, which is a okay number to open up. It's not too early. It's not too late.
On the quicker
It's
end.
it's on the quicker end, but like you built your attack pretty fast.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then no goals. It was 1-0 entering second half.
Okay.
And then Miller from Portland scored at 56 minutes. Bassett scored at 60 minutes. And Kelsey scored at 63 minutes.
Okay.
So they did not leave Seattle a chance after the second half to settle down.
You know what's funny to me about that? Is that they scored, and then their celebration was short enough that they could go and score again. Because sometimes these guys celebrate for almost as long as it took them to score 3 goals.
And then Seattle scored at the 87th minute.
Okay, little too late, sure.
And then Portland decided to put some gasoline in the fire and scored the 90th plus
How
8th
much?
minute.
Oh. Oh. Okay. What was the added time supposed to be? Because if you say that it was supposed to be like 90 plus 4 and they went to 8 minutes, I'm gonna take somebody's Achilles.
11.
Okay, but see, that's not the issue I have. If they have added time, That's okay. I get that. It's when they go 5 minutes over the added time that they
Oh,
claim
Do you know why that is?
because they're idiots.
No, because if there is a goal in added time, they have to add 5 more minutes to it.
They add time to added time.
Yes, if there's a score in added time.
Soccer's a stupid sport, and I feel like we really need to address the fact that y'all don't know how to run a game.
Okay.
It's according to the rules. It's running.
Yeah, and there's stupid rules.
Back to our regular scheduled program.
This is a regularly scheduled program.
Nashville beat Atlanta 1-0, so they're still one of the top teams to beat. And then it was the Battle of LA. So LA Galaxy versus LAFC. LAFC showed Galaxy that they can be far, far away. They won 3-0.
Yeah.
They scored at the 26th minute, at the 45th +1, and at the 57th minute. So it was kind of staggered, but it was a very possession was actually 59% LA Galaxy to 41% LAFC. As well as the shots were as close as you can get. Shots on net a little further. LA Galaxy only had 2. Meanwhile, LAFC had 6. It makes a difference. LA Galaxy did get 3 yellows though. So every little stat kind of plays into these games, right? So even if you you have a percentage of possession that is a difference of 18%,
Mhm.
you still managed to win due to the fact that you had more shots on target, more shots on net. The other team had more fouls and more yellow cards, right? So you have time to set up your offense and all that stuff. Now, next week is busy. So, Chris, are you sitting down? Because I'm gonna run these.
You go for it, man.
Wednesday,
My cheeks are on the cushion.
Wednesday, Columbus will be playing New York City. Cincinnati will be playing Vancouver. Miami will be playing Chicago. New England will be playing Toronto. Philly will be playing Red Bull New York. Charlotte will be playing Atlanta. Houston will be playing DC. Nashville will be playing Montreal. Scouting KC will be playing Minnesota. Austin will be playing Seattle. Colorado will be playing San Diego. LA will be playing St. Louis. LAFC will be playing Real Salt Lake City. Portland will be playing Dallas. And San Jose will be playing Orlando. Saturday, Red Bull New York.
Before you continue, I would like to make a petition that we start a team called Fake Salt Lake City. No. Better yet, Pepper Ravine City.
Wait a minute. I gotta see where they're at. Okay, so there's 30 teams in total, right?
Okay.
Real Salt Lake is 4th in the West right now.
Oh, okay.
So they're as real as it gets. If you would have to start a fake Salt Lake City, you'd have to make sure they suck.
Look, all I'm saying is
Just make a bland Lake City.
no Pepper Ravine. I'm telling you, Pepper Ravine Village.
Why does that sound like the name of an Indian village?
Okay,
Because it is.
Probably.
now I'm only halfway done for next week's games.
He's halfway there.
Saturday, Red Bull New York will be playing Charlotte. Columbus will be playing Cincinnati. Montreal to Miami. DC will be taking a trip to Toronto. New England to Atlanta. We've seen that before. The 28-3. Let's hope it's not that. New York City will be playing Chicago. Orlando will be facing one of the toughest teams to beat right now, which is Nashville. Philly will be probably giving Seattle maybe a spanking. We don't know. Houston will be playing against Austin. Very short commute. Minnesota versus Vancouver. Seattle, St. Louis will be playing Colorado. San Diego will be playing Dallas. LAFC will be playing Scouting Kansas City. Portland will be playing Real Salt Lake. And San Jose will be playing LA. That's 30 games.
In 2 days.
Yeah, they're catching up from FIFA.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like a movie marathon, but soccer.
Now, next week, I will have the standings, the stats, all the good stuff that we like to talk about every couple of episodes, because when we talk about it every episode, you kind of don't see the big shift.
Well, no.
Like,
You also say stuff multiple times.
exactly.
often.
So like you'll turn around and maybe like, oh, this guy has 7 goals. 2 weeks later, this guy still leads with 7 goals. It kind of gets repetitive, so I like to kind of split it, and we'll see. Now, we go to our Canadian Premier League, our CPL. We had
Our
two.
couple.
We had 2 games. One got postponed due to air quality conditions due to the wildfire there in northern Ontario. So the Forge versus Pacific, which I think Pacific is pretty happy for not getting the BTA. Honestly,
I mean, it's just a postponed BTA at this point. You'd
Hey,
rather get it over
postpone is postponed.
with. You'd rather get it over with. What are you on?
Postpone.
This is like the opposite of delayed gratification. It's just delayed punishment. You get to sit there going, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Vancouver beat Quebec 5-1.
Nice.
5 different goal scorers.
Oh.
It was
really?
2-1 till the 53rd minute, and then a penalty kick, and then 2 quick goals at the end.
Nice.
And then Battle of Ontario finished 1-1.
That lame.
Yep, kind of. And then Cavs versus Halifax. The Wanderers managed to wonder a tie
Yeah.
against the Cavaliers.
Just stumbled into a draw.
Yeah. Next week, Friday, will be Halifax versus Quebec, Vancouver versus Cavalier, Toronto versus Pacific, and Ottawa versus Forge. I keep forgetting there's 8 teams in this league and not 6. So every time I see 4 games, I'm like, who's playing back to back? No one is the answer.
Yeah, usually.
The Northern Super League has also heated up. They're getting close to a little bit past halfway, where games
Matter.
Matter a bit more now.
Ottawa had the lead in the second half, and they still had it. They scored in the 55th minute, but Halifax did answer back in the 59th minute to keep it a 1-score game. So, honestly, as a coach, I'd be pretty proud of that. You get scored on, you're like, okay, let's switch it up. They're probably done their celebration, and then you score right back on them. Like you were saying, some people celebrate that long. I have watched highlights, though. The girls like to get straight to the point after they score, so it's usually score, 20 seconds, right back.
You know what? I'm with it.
Jay does not seem with it.
I'm just saying they don't celebrate because there's no one to watch it.
No, with this league there are.
I saw the stands.
Oh, it was also like a Tuesday game.
Exactly.
Tuesday game between FIFA.
Exactly. So like there was no one to watch the celebration.
Well,
Montreal did beat Calgary 2-0 on the 17th. And then here's the one that I had to show Jay, the highlights. Vancouver beat Toronto 3-0. All 3 goals were scored in the first 11 minutes.
okay.
They opened up the scoring in the second minute.
So we first have a game that could have been a 7-minute game, and now we have a game that could have been an 11-minute game.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling me.
So,
Okay, I love that.
Vancouver scored in the second minute, in the 9th minute, in the 11th minute.
Second minute.
And when I say second minute, it was like 103.
What was the defense doing?
Okay,
Still in bed.
actually, the second minute goal was probably the
Most
deserved.
most
goal.
contended goal.
Yes.
Okay.
So the goalie did do a nice attempt to save it, but
And
it
they
bounced-
also had like 6 defenders in the box.
Yeah, but it bounced right between her legs and into the goal. Now, the goal that happened in the 9th and the 11th minute were both header goals that shouldn't have happened if that player was covered properly.
Okay.
Which the player was not. She fought right in front of the other player, and they kind of just went, "Oh, hey! Oh!"
Did you want the ball? Here, have it.
One thing I will say though, this is largely a fault of the formation that they were playing.
So Vancouver played a 3-4-3. So
Okay,
3
yeah.
defense, 4 mid, 3 attackers.
Yeah.
And he laughed, which I did the same thing because I know my formations, and I was like, that's a sketchy formation.
Yes.
And then they showed the Toronto formation, which was a
2-5-3.
2-5-3.
5 midfield.
Wait, you only had 2 backs?
No, two
Or
2-5-3.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so in terms it'd be a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
So because you usually go defense, mid, and then so you have 3 backs, 5 mids, and 2 forwards. Which usually, okay, on paper, that should be better than the 3-4-3. But Vancouver kind of plays a dirty 3-4-3,
Vancouver plays a 3-4-3 more like
a 3-2-2-3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they adapt depending on if they're winning or if they're losing. If they're losing, they keep their 3-4-3, but if they're winning, they kind of shift.
They shift back.
Even worse.
They shift forward.
Their middles become more forward, and their wingers stay back to form like a 3-2-2-3.
So it's more like a 4-3-2-1.
Yeah.
But in like terminology, it would be a 3-2-2-3.
I love that.
Because we were watching the highlights, and he's like, I was like, a 3-2-2-3? He's like, but instead of a 3-4-3, he was like, but I was like, it's a dirty one.
It's the tetrahedron midfield.
He just looked at me, he's like, that's not the formation they called. It's like, oh,
it's correct. It just ain't right.
But yeah, 2 goals were headers. The defense was just caught sleeping. Like they got tucked in, and
I'm sorry, but if you pass the ball backwards when you have possession, you pass the ball backwards. It's showing essentially you're getting pressured. You don't want to lose possession. Let's back off and then maybe kick it up. Yeah. Right.
But when you're passing backwards and then passing backwards again and then passing
backwards, if you're passing back to your goalie and there is a striker there to intercept it.
Yeah.
And it could have been like 5 goals in the first 11 minutes. They hit 2 crossbars. The goalie had to make a save and a half. Like, both me and Jay were like... Now...
I really hope the mic picked up the sound you made when you made that face. Because I love that he keeps forgetting, nobody can see you right now. He makes his face, the...
Well, you guys can see me. That's all that really matters, honestly. So, next week, Wednesday, Ottawa faces Calgary. Thursday, Montreal faces Toronto. And then Saturday, Vancouver faces Halifax. Now, just a reminder, I know I said it last week, but I'm just really stoked about this. There's a 17th coming to Winnipeg. That's pretty sweet. I'm still kind of baffled on how they're going to do that scheduling-wise, but we'll get there.
We'll figure it out.
Now, the National Women's Soccer League. Here are the results. Orlando lost to Boston 1-0. Gotham FC, which is honestly my favorite just because Gotham. Every time I say Gotham, all I can hear is, where is she? Yeah. So Gotham beats Washington 1-0. And then on Friday, KC and San Diego tied at 2.
No, Jay, not Carmine Corp.
Saturday on July the 18th, Gotham beats Seattle 3-2. Denver beats Portland 2-1. The Bay beats North Carolina 3-0. Chicago loses to LA 2-0. And then Louisville and Houston kind of just stalemate. By kinda, I mean like one's all across the boards. Utah beats Orlando 1-0. And then Boston loses to Washington 2-1 on Sunday. Now, here are next week's games. On Friday, Chicago will be facing Orlando. Houston will be facing the Bay. Portland will be facing Gotham. Saturday,
the oomph.
The show and tell voice of Gotham is my favorite team in this, and then to go on.
Saturday, Boston will be facing Kansas City. North Carolina will be facing Utah. And then Sunday, San Diego will be facing Seattle. Washington will be facing Denver. And LA will be facing Louisville. It is... FIFA's over, so this is going to take up all our time now. We had FIFA taking up all our time. This is back on, boys.
I love how he says all our time, like he's not the one who does all the research for the North American soccer. It's your time, friend.
I was trying to feel a little better. Okay. Look, I like doing my research. I do. I'm a big numbers guy.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
sorry, but Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, and Champions League will be resuming next week.
No, it's not next week. They still have a month.
Right, this is July.
We'll figure it out on the international episode. Give Mickey a heart attack.
God.
It's okay. It's okay. That's still not as bad as when he realized the amount of World Cups that are going on in 2027.
The female World
Right.
Club, the rugby World Club, the cricket World Club,
Club? World Club?
All of them are clubs.
World Cup?
World Cups. Isn't it the? I already said rugby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't the basketball one?
Yeah, FIBA World Cup is next year too.
This was just a test run, you know.
I'm pretty sure volleyball one is next year too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I'd
because
have to take a look because the international volleyball circuit is a little weird because they kind of have. I think they have like biannual competition.
yeah,
Like it's weird. Like they have these it's like twice a year.
yeah.
But there's probably something big next year.
Also, newsflash, just an idea that I thought I was gonna bring it up to you boys beforehand, but I forgot. So we're just gonna bring it up here.
Put it on the mic.
Yeah, exactly. Any time that we think of adding a sport, I feel like we should just make maybe a little post on the Instagram saying, "Hey, we adding this sport to the podcast," kind of deal. Or do we want to keep it a secret till the podcast comes out?
Why are we deciding on the air?
I don't know.
We shouldn't be doing this.
Oh well.
This man said, "Hey, so let's not talk about sports. Let's talk business." You know what? Your mic privileges are done for this week. All right, North American episode is done. Unless you got sports discussion topics.
No,
He's
I got
good.
it.
Jay, you don't get
I'm
to
done.
say much in North American episode.
Actually, NASCAR.
Oh yeah, we did shift the NASCAR to the North American episode because it only happens in North America.
this is true. Well done.
My
I'm
privileges
not-
are bad.
I'm not gonna take too much of your time. It's like 3 minutes, maybe. Yesterday, Window World 450 happened.
What?
Window World?
Window World.
Like window.
Window. WINDOW.
Window World. That sounds like a backrooms level.
Right?
Or what's that store we have here in the city? Fabric World.
Yeah.
It's the cousin.
The track. This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this area of the world.
Okay.
North Wilkesboro Speedway.
North Wilkesboro. I feel like I've heard that before, but yeah, it's some weird corner of the States.
Exactly.
Somewhere off Route 52 or something.
So first place taken by Jay Logano in Ford number 22 with 73 points.
Okay.
Second place, D. Hamlin in Toyota number 11, 51 points. Third place, C. Briscoe, Toyota number 19, 45 points. T. Gibbs in Toyota number 54 in fourth place with 43 points. Things were going well here with the points that were making sense to me up until now. Fifth place, Sven Giesbergen in Chevrolet number 97 with 47 points. Don't you just love NASCAR's point system?
I love the scoring system.
Just for you guys to laugh, that Wilkesboro place is in North Carolina.
Makes sense.
You guys want to guess the population?
Okay, wait. Is this like an actual city or town or something?
Yeah.
5,000.
It's no. If it was that little, it would be no. Actually, I don't remember what the classifications are because I think village is 1,000.
Yeah.
No, if it's a proper town or city, it's got to be like 100,000.
4,300.
Damn, I was gonna
I
guess.
was close.
I was gonna guess. Damn. Okay. Well,
And they have a speedway with an actual
Apparently
NASCAR
so.
race coming there.
hey,
I feel sorry for that town.
dude,
What do you mean? They get all their money just with that.
dude, nothing screams the States like a tiny town making one thing their thing and living off of it for generations.
Once a year. That's all they gotta do. Like, all right, yeah, you right there. Come here.
Wow, you get a lot of tourists every year on average. You must have a lot to do and be a great tourist destination.
NASCAR.
We have Raceway. You what? They race once.
They only turn left.
They
What?
only turn left. And you make all of your tourism through this. All right. Well, enough with clowning on NASCAR. They are respected drivers, and it's a good race. And every now and again, I do enjoy watching them turn left really hard against each other.
Yeah.
But I think now, after reinstating Mig's mic privileges, I think he's done. Jay,
I'm done.
you got yours then. All right. We'll turn off the mic for this episode, and we will catch you all in the international episode for this week.